Hello there guys, today I'm making a video just to explain the Aetherblade Retreat dungeon, and basically as you can see I'm simply focusing more on the boss fights because I feel like those are really the only parts that people seem to be really having trouble with. Basically the boss that I'm fighting now is I'm just a few seconds into the first boss, which is the champion Frizz, and basically he is sort of one of the more controversial bosses that is in this dungeon, just because there's a couple things that a lot of people feel are gimmicky, but basically, as you can see, the main thing is these rotating walls which appear as you are fighting him. So basically, your objective is to kill the golems while avoiding getting hit by the walls. So if you get hit by the wall, this half wall here, you will take a significant amount of damage, and if the golems get hit, they receive buffs. So basically, you want to kite the golems within the walls, doing as much damage to them as possible. So as you can see here, we are just killing the first golem, and I recommend that you just stay on top of these crates, and that'll provide immunity from the half wall. But now it is phase 2, and in phase 2 we get the full wall. So in this, you have to run. If you are on top of the crates, you will still get hit by the full wall. So you basically just have to run around doing as much damage as possible to bring these guys down. So basically, I recommend just staying as close to the wall as it rotates so that you do not get pulled back into it. So basically, just run around. If your teammates go down, try and revive them with the short amount of time that you have. It is pretty challenging, but if you have a good group and your group gets in good synchronous, then you'll be able to do it. But now we have the third phase, which is extremely difficult. As you can see, one of my teammates just went down there. Basically, you have the full wall working in conjunction with the half wall. So for the half wall, you're going to have to get up on these boxes to dodge that while avoiding the main wall, which is rotating ominously and slowly around. So basically, you're going to have to be paying a lot of attention. And honestly, I would focus on staying alive more than killing. Killing, it'll be slow, but if you're putting just a slow and consistent amount of damage on the golems, they will fall. But if you die, you're done. In this phase, your group is not going to be able to res you. So you just want to stay alive. That's my recommendation. Focus on staying alive above killing the golems. The golems will come down eventually. But as you can see, I'm trying to go for a res here, and I was only able to get this guy up because I had a teammate with me. So I mean, basically, focus on staying alive. That's my recommendation. I wish I could give you some more tips for dodging and staying alive more, but it just comes down to basic awareness. I mean, you have to just pay attention, and eventually you'll get him down. But basically, that's all it is. So now moving on to the final boss, which is Matron and Horik, I believe, or Matron and Horik. Yeah, this also very challenging boss. This is Aetherblade Retreat, very challenging dungeon. But basically, what you have to do is Horik has a cannon, and he shoots an electric and a fireball. Now, Matron has a shield on her. She has 10 stacks of a shield that makes her basically immortal. So what you have to do is, when you see Horik shooting the electric AoE, you have to pull Matron into the electric AoE thing, or whatever, and that'll remove, I think it removes 3 stacks. So basically, tips for this is, I'm pretty sure he goes fire and then electric. So basically, if you see him shoot fire, the next one's going to be electric. So tell your group to just stack in his electric. You're going to take a bit of damage, but you will get her shield stacks down. And also, when you get a couple down, you will start to do small amounts of damage, but something that I've noticed is conditions seem to do the full amount of damage. So if you do have a condition-based class, such as, NG, short bow, ranger, something like necro, of course, something like that, you can do a significant amount of damage through conditions without necessarily having all of her shields down. So that is basically the way to take her down. But when you get 20, every fourth of the way down, she will become invincible and then order Horik to fire a barrage of cannons at you. This is extremely difficult to survive, guys. I think each shot does like 4,000 damage, and if you remain in the circles for like 2 seconds, you're down. So basically, you're just gonna have to run like crazy, and if your teammate does go down, do not attempt to res. Wait until the barrage is done. If your teammate goes down, wait till the barrage is done, and you've got like a 10-second period in between the barrage and Matron starting up her moveset again. That's when you want to have your entire group go for the res during that period. But it's much better if you just don't die. I know it's extremely difficult. This is an extremely difficult dungeon, but just try and remain alive, doing whatever you can in this part of the boss fight. But basically, after this, after she goes down, after you repeat that a couple times, you'll have to fight Horik, who is just a champion and is basically extremely easy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record that because I stopped recording, unfortunately, after that. But yeah, so those are the main boss fights. It's pretty easy if you get the patterns down and such. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.